Ah, yes. Hello, fellow TIs. Hello, Freemasons, Luciferians, my haters, my satanic worshippers, my witches, my warlocks, conspiring against me to warp perspective of reality, to have me go crazy, lose my mind, make me feel like I have nothing and no one. Thank you for showing me what controlled societies and communities look like. Thank you for showing me who the real programmed, devilish people are. Thanks for showing me that I had inner strength within me my whole life. That's why I see things the way I see it. That's why I'm able to acknowledge corrupted, malice, evil intent behavior that's projected my way. Thank y'all for showing me that God was in me. No Diddy, but in my heart and my soul this whole time. Thank you for showing me what real hatred looks like. Like real hatred, like people just absolutely doing the most vile things because they hate you and they feel like you deserve it. And it's so adorable, these people, projecting you're the hater, you're just lame, you're weird, you're shy, you ain't got the juice. Shout out to the perp who used that indirect tonight. You ain't got no juice. No, I've just grown tired of living in a programmed reality with people who only care for themselves, and it's all about being the top dog and putting your foot on other people's necks to get ahead in life. And I just got tired of participating in the rat race per se. I still have my connections to this world. I'm still working a job. Maybe if this YouTube stuff take out, I can actually start to live my dream. So I pray that my channel can continue to grow. I pray that the people continue to support me. I pray that I continuously receiving positive vibes from people. I hope that other TIs experiencing the same thing can experience pure happiness and joy within their lives. Honest to God TIs, like real TIs, I hope that they can make it through this dark program designed to bring out the worst in us. I'm starting to realize that I'm the type of person that can spread positivity. My words is enough to move mountains and change people's decisions. And now you start to understand, targeted individual, why they try so very hard to get people to see that you're just this horrific person who's not deserving of love or attention or affection, because you naturally make people feel loved. We don't even have to say anything. We walk in the room and the energy just shift. The haters going to reveal themselves. The people with malice and wicked intent inside their very souls, they're going to react. It's almost like we're just natural bullshit detectors. We ourselves, chosen ones, children of God, people with high energy, we bring out everyone's true nature, let's just say that. So you're either going to have a negative response to me, or you're going to have one hell of a great response to me, and we're going to be the best as buddies. Female, we might be in a relationship. I'm just being honest. Being a TI, sometimes you got to be thankful, because it shows you who's the fake and who's the real. Who's going to listen to a directive, or who's going to find out who you are by themselves. So that's why I'm thankful for experiencing this harassment, this program designed to destroy me. I'm grateful for it, because it shows me how heavily programmed the world really is, how toxic people really are, how people, there's no amount of money they won't receive or take to destroy somebody. The things people will do for a dime bag of weed. You got to start thinking positive, TIs. It sucks. Trust me, I should know. Oh man, I should freaking know how bad it is. You don't have to take my word for it, but I'm pretty sure there's TIs experiencing the same thing. But my dear boys and ladies, or men and ladies, I am experiencing harassment from a whole city. I mean, it's so calculated. From the moment I open up my eyes, I'll hear slamming and open up doors and shuffling and knocking on the walls. I'm walking outside. No matter what time I step outside, I see the same people crossing the same intersection. I approach certain stores. There's people rushing out the store as I'm coming in, coughing subliminals, people scraping their shoes for me to grab their attention. I almost feel like for us giving, just looking at these people, they receive some type of payment. Everything they do, I like to refer to these people as, hey, I'm Mr. Macy's, look at me. That's literally everything they do. Y'all are so small-minded and narcissistic. Y'all just crave the attention from people who hate you or love you. Y'all crave absolute attention. Some of y'all relish in the fact that there's some innocent poor soul y'all can freely harass and get away with it and feel better about your own miserable life. Gives you the chance to forget about their own misery, how you're struggling with bills and worldly third dimensional crap. Things that don't get to target individuals' minds. No, our irritation comes from the fact that we're dealing with psychological, we're dealing with spiritual attacks on a daily basis. My irritation versus your irritation is not the same. You're stressed out because you can't earn $1. You're beefing with Timmy on the block because girl problems or money problems and hating on each other because blah, 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 blah. I am actually dealing with warlocks, witches, people, curses and spells and FBI, CIA agents manipulating, controlling, psychologically tormenting me, red, blue synchronicities, colornometry, synchronicities, stuff that will turn any normal person insane because they're being attacked by insane people. Think about it, targeted individual. Think about the things that you're dealing with. It's the same thing always, right? Most of us targeted individuals, is always the same amount of tactics, the same. You want to know why? Because it's insanity. What's the definition of that? Repeating the same action or notion to receive a different response. So obviously, these people are batshit crazy out of their mind. They are the child molesters. They are the rapists. They are the killers. They are the sociopaths. They are the crazies. They are the weirdos. They are the people heavily programmed. They are the false golden child. The golden child is really just the artificial chosen child or the black sheep. Really they're just... You get the point. These people are chaos embodied. They crave and relish in your destruction, your pain, your misery. They love it. They like to see people suffer. They like to see you struggling and begging for help. They always want to make sure you can always lean on another narcissist to help you out. Why do you think they try so desperately? Even good people. This program is such a calculated, diabolical thing to have righteous people and evil people on a common collective to destroy one specific person. If you think you were some insignificant pieces of shit, sorry, weak, do you think they'll use the amount of effort to harass you if that was the case? Understand who the real strong ones is. Understand the ones who have the potential to change the world, to help people, not just materialistic, and physical, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Those are the ones who go through the most crap. These people acknowledge you, even if you're not in a good space, even if you're doing crime and you're in disorder. They want to keep you that way. They see your potential before you even came out the womb. That's why some of you literally from a child to adulthood, all you do is endure demonic, messed up behavior from real toxic, demonic people void of empathy. You deal with every type of psychological, emotional attack. These people, they're the soulless ones. They're the ones who don't care. These are the people's reasoning why the world will never change. We can't no longer label or blame, not label, but we can no longer blame the elites, the people who control the system. All they did was lay out the blueprint. Now we need to start looking at our communities. Believe it or not, but majority of people selling out is the people in your own communities. It's not the celebrities. It's not the politicians. Yes, they do it for fame. But you got to understand, there's average Joes out here sacrificing, killing family members for a check. It is way darker than what people think. This world, and I thank God. I thank God for showing me. I understand I was never going to find God in the church from other people. I had to find God myself. I had to look within to find the kingdom of heaven. And boy, I'd lived 34 long years of ignorance, forgetting that the power was in me the whole time. The ability to change, the ability to grow. I always had that inner change, that inner These people are so obsessed with us. You come into work early, you got people creeping outside your door. You know, you wherever you live, you got people living around you, ears to the door. You're walking around a community, you have moments where you're talking on the phone or you're thinking out loud and you just got people with this blank expression on their face with their mouth open staring at you like they're just amazed about everything that comes out of your mouth because they are easily manipulated and controlled, and they listen to the rumors and the lies of what other people have to say about us. And when they actually hear us speak, it's wow, this is what this person is capable of. This is how this person's mind works. It's completely different from the rumors and lies. He sounds like he's intelligent. He sounds like he has his wits together. You know, she or he, they have wisdom, they have knowledge. But wait, I'm too much of a hater. I can't, even though I hear something different, I can't acknowledge that. I can't act like there's somebody. I have to continue the lie. I have to continue to destroy them. I can't let other people know this. This person can heal people. They can change the world. We can't allow that. This world has to be filled with chaos, disorder, narcissism, destruction, confusion. We can't live in a world full of positivity. We can't do that. I mean, we can't have a world that knowing God is a real thing. We have to let them know they are the gods. Nothing else matters. We got to stay in this low vibrational system. Because then if we create a world full of positive vibrations, everyone will just be forced to be a leader. We can't have that. We got to have a world full of followers. Yes, yes, man. Yes, woman. Yes, yes, yes. We don't want to hear no. We don't want you to think. We don't want you to critical think about everything. We just want you to go with the flow. Don't answer questions. Don't ask why. Be compliant. Why do you think they're pushing for this futuristic mindset. You'll be happy and own nothing. Martial law is closer than what you people think. The end of this system is going to feel like the end of the world for people connected to the system. Understand that. But the ones who know, the ones who have deprogrammed and freed their minds, you know it's going to be heaven on earth. And the ones that can't live without the system, they'll take their chips. They'll take the mark of the beast. They'll gladly have a curfew and live inside their one city sanctum, chipped up transhumanism. They'll accept it all because they need their hands held through life. The way we're living life, this technology, the things we do for fun, it's a luxury, really. It's not even really life. We're no different than the animals inside zoos, in cages. Shout out to melanated people. History just repeats itself. There was one point of time where they had our children locked up in cages, walking past like we were some species, some unknown creature that deserved to be studied. That's why they dissected us, hunted us for sport, fed our babies to crocodiles. And they're still doing their diabolical harassment. It's just more secretive, aka gang stalking, community-oriented policing, stalking, harassing, watching. It's no different. It's the same exact bullshit. I honestly think that war needs to occur. I firmly believe we have to save ourselves before God steps in to save us. We have to unplug from this system. We have to detach from this world they told us what life was, because it's not. Everything's a lie. Everything's an illusion. Everything is to keep you distracted from each other and God. Everything is to disconnect you from nature, from the sun, the ultimate life giver. The ultimate life giver. Why do you think you drive in a box? You live in a box. You work in a box. Everything is to disconnect you from source. You can tell the ones who belong here and who don't. So I kind of feel like, some teachings are a little edited and changed for these people who don't belong here to feel like they're one of us. But the real ones can sit out in the sun all day with no problems. The ultimate life giver, it heals you. It gives you information and knowledge. It's not to be worshipped, but it's to be appreciated. Because without the sun, life will cease. Everything will cease to exist. Plants, nature, everything will die. So it's to be appreciated. We need the sun and the sun needs us. It's our duty, it's our job to take care of this world. And this system, the concrete jungle, whatever you want to call this Babylonian system, is destroying the world. It's destroying the planet. It's causing harm. This is why the sun intensity is increasing. It's burning away everything that's not natural, in case you don't want to see the truth. Over 100,000 people since 2020 has died from the sun. Do you know that? Over 100,000 people has died because of the sun. For my intelligent people, for my people who are awakened, you remember when the sun used to be yellow? What color is it now? And you still think the fall is so very near, and y'all don't see it, and that's sad. Those who embrace this world will surely fall with it. The meek, the forgotten, the ones on the bottom would be the ones in the top in the new world. The survivors, the people who know how to adapt. People will be asking you how to survive. Watch and see. You know, this video, I'm more myself. I'm more relaxed. I don't know what it is. This energy, despite my harassment, despite street theater and crisis actors in my face every day, people exploiting their whole families, their children, to get a certain reaction or rise out of me. Despite everything I deal with every day, I just continuously feel good. Whether I live to see it or not, I know the fall of this world, it's happening. It's crumbling, this system, not the world. Mother Earth will continue to go on forever. God's will. This world's going to continue to go on for millions of, maybe billions of years. But this system, these people responsible for 8 million children disappearing every year on the year, for entertainment purposes, please YouTube, please, for entertainment purposes. These things I am saying right now is not totally 100% true. You know what happened to freedom of speech? Why do you have to reiterate that? Why do I even have to say that? America? Freedom of speech, huh? You people that's responsible for destroying lives and families, your time, your days are numbered. No more hiding underneath the bunker, resetting the timeline, coming back on top, and nope. No, a lot of y'all, just a little snippet, of my spiritual download. A lot of y'all gonna run underneath them bunkers. Let's just say you're gonna end up in the belly of something. Let's just leave it at that, That's why this time there's no hiding underneath bunkers. There's no more resetting the timeline and making sure y'all remain on top. And I can't let them know everything I know. You can't tell these people everything. For my highly spiritually intelligent, empathetic people, you can't let them know everything. You can't. Keep things to yourself. Let them believe you're stupid, ignorant, don't know, you're just gullible and, ignorant. Just leave it at that. Have them feel like you're just this person, you don't know. I mean, that's typically how this world works anyway. The smartest people are looked at like the stupidest people. And while the stupidest people or the stupidest people think that they're some type of intelligent specimens, like it's Satan's kingdom, what do you expect? Everything's in reverse. Good is evil, evil's good, so on and so on. The people being labeled to be assholes are really the nice people, and the supposedly nice people are really the assholes. Satan's kingdom, you gotta clap it up for these evil people, man. This world suffers from heavy programming. It's not their fault. But everyone gets that call. It's their fault when God allows them to see through the lie one time. And if they choose to continue to participate, then now it's their fault. So Tia, you can't feel sorry for these people. They've got their warning and they don't care. So they're going to burn with this world. Literally. God already said it. You're just supposed to pray for them, That's all we need to do. Don't act out in negativity and anger. Yeah, it gets irritating. I have my moments. I actually made a video before this and I was kind of cursing and, going a little hectic, but I got to remember I I have to be better. I have to prove to them, the world, the people who watch me, the people who support me, I have to prove that I can change. I can be better. I can be more. And they don't want you to have that type of mindset. Understand who the real strong people are. These people need armies of whole communities. Control reality wherever you go. They don't do that for weak-minded people. They only have that type of harassment and resources and calculated designs to put you in a box for a weak-minded person. That's only reserved for the strongest of the strongest. Understand, we weren't here to live a normal life, a normal existence. We were here to fight. We're here to grow. We're here to help others. We're here to uplift the world. We're here to inspire change. We're here to instill honor, courage, inner strength. We're here to wipe fear from off of the face of the earth. The thing that got everybody destroying others because of fear of losing money or fear of what might happen to them or their families. We're here to break that generational curse over humanity. We can no longer move in fear. We can no longer be bribed or controlled through money or materialism. This message isn't for everybody. It's only meant for the ones who know. It's time to stop moving in some fearful, low vibrational state. It's time to dig deep and find the courage and that righteous energy that was in you the whole time. Some of you literally dealt with chaos coming straight out the womb. It's like that for a reason. It's time to take back your power and change the world for the better. This is Bahamut. For my TIs, I hope that you can continue to live a blessed, beautiful life. For my perps, for my harassers, for the people who look down on me and hate me, I hope you can get out of that negative mindset. Stop worrying about talking about if somebody don't have what you have. I just hope that you can disconnect from this system and see what God really wants you to do. I hope that the world can eventually be filled with happiness and love, and you won't need money or materialism. People won't care about if you're this way or that way. I hope we all can just be loved. This is Bahamut. I'm out of here. Stay up and stay high vibrational. I'm gone.